Hidden beneath the copper surface of an ordinary-looking 1993 penny lies a secret that's making collectors and historians lose sleep. A secret so valuable, it could turn pocket change into a fortune worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Today, we're uncovering the astonishing truth about what might be the most overlooked treasure of the modern era. Right now, thousands of these pennies are sitting in piggy banks, coin jars, and cash registers across America. But here's the shocking part: some of these coins are selling for prices that would make even seasoned collectors drop their magnifying glasses. We're talking about life-changing money, all from a coin that most people wouldn't think twice about. I'll show you exactly what makes certain 1993 pennies worth more than a brand new Tesla, and more importantly, how to identify if you're holding one of these valuable specimens in your hand. But first, let me tell you about a recent discovery that sent shockwaves through the numismatic community. Last month, a collector in Ohio made headlines when their 1993 penny sold for an astronomical sum at auction. The reason? A rare minting error that occurs in only one out of every several million coins. But here's the catch: this isn't the only type of valuable error from 1993. Stay tuned, because in just a few minutes, I'll reveal 5 specific markers that could mean your penny is worth thousands. Let's dive into the fascinating story of 1993, a year that would unknowingly produce some of the most sought-after pennies in American history. Bill Clinton had just taken office as president, Jurassic Park was breaking box office records, and the U.S. Mint was about to make some crucial changes that would affect penny production forever. The 1993 penny continues the legacy of the Lincoln cent, featuring the iconic portrait of our 16th president that's been gracing our pennies since 1909. But what makes the 93 penny truly special isn't just what you can see, it's what's hiding beneath the surface. Unlike its pre-1982 predecessors that were mostly copper, the 1993 penny is made from a copper-plated zinc core. This seemingly simple change created the perfect conditions for some of the most valuable minting errors ever documented. Now, let me share something that most coin guides won't tell you. The Philadelphia and Denver mints produced over 13 billion pennies in 1993, but here's the incredible part: certain manufacturing quirks that year created conditions perfect for double dies, off-center strikes, and what collectors call transitional errors. These aren't just minor mistakes, they're gold mines waiting to be discovered. Let's talk about the holy grail of 1993 penny errors, the elusive double die. When the die that stamps the coin's design strikes multiple times at slightly different angles, it creates a distinct doubling effect. On 1993 pennies, this doubling is most visible in Lincoln's ear and the letters of Liberty. If you find one with significant doubling, you could be looking at a coin worth upwards of $50,000, and that's just the starting price for exceptional specimens. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Some 1993 pennies were struck on planchets, the metal discs that become coins, with incorrect compositions. These wrong planchet errors are so rare that when they do surface, they can command prices that make rare gold coins look cheap in comparison. One such penny, struck on a dime planchet, recently sold for over $100,000 at auction. The reverse side of the 1993 penny features the Lincoln Memorial, but don't let its familiar appearance fool you. Hidden within those tiny columns are details so precise that any misalignment in the minting process becomes immediately apparent to trained eyes. Some collectors spend years hunting for the perfect specimen, where the columns show distinct separation and the tiny figure of Lincoln sitting in the memorial is clearly visible. Now, let me share a secret that could help you identify a valuable 1993 penny. Take out a magnifying glass and look closely at the mint mark, or in some cases, the absence of one. Some 1993 pennies from the Philadelphia Mint were accidentally struck with a Denver Mint mark, creating what experts call a mint mark error. These coins are so rare that even in circulated condition, they can fetch prices well into the 5-figure range. But before you start checking every 1993 penny you find, there's something crucial you need to know about preservation. The condition of these coins can mean the difference between a modest collectible and a retirement fund. Uncirculated 1993 pennies with their original mint luster intact can be worth significantly more than their circulated counterparts. The highest grade, known as MS-70, is so rare for 1993 pennies that examples in this condition are practically mythical. Here's where things get really exciting. Remember those billions of pennies minted in 1993? Well, experts estimate that less than 1% of them remain in pristine, uncirculated condition. And of those, only a tiny fraction exhibit the kinds of errors that drive prices into the stratosphere. This scarcity, combined with growing collector interest, means that values for exceptional 1993 pennies have nowhere to go but up. Let me walk you through the 5 key areas you need to check on your 1993 penny. First, examine Lincoln's ear and the word Liberty for any signs of doubling. Second, check the mint mark area for any anomalies. Third, look at the date for signs of repunching. Fourth, examine the memorial columns for distinct separation. And fifth, this is crucial, check the overall strike quality and surface preservation. But here's the most important tip I can give you: don't clean your coins. I've seen potentially valuable 1993 pennies reduced to pocket change because someone tried to make them look better. The original surfaces, even with natural toning, are precisely what collectors want. International collectors are starting to take notice too. While other countries were phasing out their lowest denomination coins, the United States was unknowingly producing what would become some of the most valuable modern coins in existence. The 1993 penny has become a symbol of how seemingly ordinary objects can harbor extraordinary value. As we wrap up, let me share one final revelation that might change how you look at every penny you encounter. The next time you receive change or find a penny on the ground, remember this: that copper-colored coin in your hand could be worth more than your house. The 1993 penny isn't just a piece of currency, it's a testament to the fascinating intersection of history, craftsmanship, and chance that can turn common coins into extraordinary treasures. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more incredible coin discoveries. And remember, the next $1 million penny might be sitting in your pocket right now. Keep searching, keep collecting, and never underestimate the value of what others might overlook. Until next time, happy hunting. In your pocket right now, a simple penny could be worth a fortune. The 1996 penny, a coin that looks ordinary at first glance but holds secrets that could turn your spare change into serious cash. Today, we're diving deep into one of numismatic's most intriguing treasures, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes certain 1996 pennies worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. A penny saved might be more than just a penny earned. While millions of 1996 pennies were minted, only a handful possess the rare characteristics that make collectors willing to pay astronomical sums. And the most exciting part? These valuable pennies are still in circulation today. The story of the 1996 penny begins during a pivotal time in American history. As the world embraced the digital age and the economy soared, the U.S. Mint was busy producing what would become some of the most sought-after error coins in modern numismatic history. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, had already established itself as America's longest-running coin series. But 1996 would prove to be a year that would create some truly remarkable specimens. What makes the 1996 penny so special? It starts with its distinctive design. On the obverse, you'll find Victor David Brenner's timeless portrait of Abraham Lincoln, surrounded by the words, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty." The reverse showcases Frank Gasparo's detailed rendering of the Lincoln Memorial, with Lincoln's statue visible between the columns, a design that would make way for new versions in 2009. But here's where things get really interesting. During production, something extraordinary happened at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Due to worn dies and manufacturing anomalies, some 1996 pennies developed incredible errors that would make them worth astronomical sums today. We're talking about double dies, off-center strikes, and die cracks that transform ordinary 1-cent pieces into 5- and 6-figure treasures. One of the most valuable variations is the 1996 double die obverse. On these rare specimens, you'll notice distinct doubling on Lincoln's features, particularly around the letters and date. These coins have sold for upwards of $50,000 in pristine condition. But that's just the beginning. Even more remarkable are the off-center strikes from 1996. When a coin is struck off-center by 50% or more while retaining a full date, you're looking at potential values exceeding $100,000. These dramatic errors are so rare that when they do appear at auction, collectors engage in fierce bidding wars, but perhaps the most valuable of all are the elusive mule errors, 1996 pennies struck with incorrect dies. There are unconfirmed reports of 1996 pennies struck with dime reverse dies, creating a hybrid coin that could potentially be worth millions if ever discovered and authenticated. Now, you might be wondering how to identify these valuable variations. Let's break it down. First, you'll want to examine your 1996 penny under strong light, preferably using a magnifying glass. Pay special attention to the lettering. Any signs of doubling could indicate you've hit the jackpot. Look closely at Lincoln's bust, particularly around his ear and bow tie, where doubling is most commonly found. Next, check the mint mark. Philadelphia minted coins have no mint mark, while Denver coins show a small D below the date. Both mints produced valuable errors, but certain variations are more common from specific facilities. The Denver Mint, for instance, is known for producing some of the most dramatic off-center strikes from 1996. But here's something most people don't know: the composition of the 1996 penny itself can hold hidden value. While these cents are primarily zinc with a copper coating, some rare specimens were accidentally struck on pure copper planchets left over from pre-1982 production. These copper errors can command prices well into the five-figure range. The condition of your coin is crucial. Uncirculated 1996 pennies with their original mint luster intact are worth significantly more than circulated specimens. The highest grade, known as MS-70, can multiply the value of an error coin by 10 or even 100 times. Even without errors, a perfectly preserved 1996 penny can sell for hundreds of dollars. Here's where it gets even more fascinating. Some 1996 pennies exhibit what collectors call die cracks, or cuds, raised areas of metal caused by deteriorating dies. Large die cracks, particularly those that create dramatic splits across Lincoln's portrait, can turn a common cent into a $5,000 or $10,000 rarity. But don't just focus on obvious errors. Some of the most valuable 1996 pennies show subtle variations that are easy to miss. Check the spacing between letters, look for rotated dies, and examine the rim for any irregularities. These small details could mean the difference between a regular penny and a five-figure payday. Let's talk about preservation. If you think you found a valuable 1996 penny, proper handling is crucial. Never clean your coins, this can drastically reduce their value. Instead, handle them by their edges and store them in appropriate holders. Even fingerprints can damage the surface and diminish the value of a rare specimen. The market for rare 1996 pennies continues to grow. In recent years, we've seen record-breaking sales at major auctions. A particularly dramatic off-center strike sold for over $150,000 in 2021, and experts believe even higher prices are possible for the right specimens. So, what should you do if you find a potentially valuable 1996 penny? First, document everything. Take clear, well-lit photographs from multiple angles. Then, consider having it authenticated by a professional grading service. The cost of certification is minimal compared to the potential value of a genuine error coin. Remember, the key to finding these valuable pennies is persistence and knowledge. Every time you receive change, every time you pass a penny on the street, you could be walking past a small fortune. The 1996 penny continues to surprise collectors with new discoveries, and the next major find could be sitting in your coin jar right now. Before you go, here's one final secret that could make you a fortune. Some 1996 pennies were struck on foreign planchets intended for other countries' coins. These wrong planchet errors are among the most valuable of all, with recent sales exceeding $250,000. Check the weight and color of your 1996 pennies. Any variation from the standard could indicate one of these ultra-rare errors. The hunt for valuable 1996 pennies isn't just about making money, it's about being part of numismatic history. Every new discovery adds to our understanding of these fascinating coins and their production. So check your change, visit your local coin shop, and keep searching. You never know when you might find a 1996 penny worth a small fortune. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your own 1996 penny discoveries in the comments below. Who knows? Your next handful of change could contain a coin worth thousands or even millions of dollars. Happy hunting! Behind this small copper-colored disc lies a story of incredible rarity, historical significance, and potentially life-changing value. The 1985 Lincoln penny, a coin that's made numismatic history time and time again, shattering auction records and leaving collectors breathless. What makes this particular year so special? Stay with me, because I'm about to reveal secrets about this coin that could turn your pocket change into a fortune. In 1985, the United States Mint produced what seemed like an ordinary penny. But beneath its humble appearance, certain variations of this coin have sold for astounding sums. We're talking 5, 6, even 7 figures. And the most fascinating part? There could be thousands more of these valuable variants still in circulation, possibly sitting in your coin jar right now. The story begins with the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a design that's graced our pennies since 1909. But the 1985 version holds particular significance. That year, the Mint produced over 5.5 billion pennies across its facilities in Philadelphia and Denver. Among these billions, there exist rare variations that send shockwaves through the collecting community whenever they surface. Let's look closer at what makes these pennies so extraordinary. The 1985 penny marked a crucial period in American coinage. Just 3 years earlier, the Mint had made a revolutionary change in the penny's composition, switching from solid copper to a zinc core with copper plating. This transition created the perfect conditions for some of the most valuable minting errors ever documented. The most sought-after variant? The legendary 1985 double-die penny. When this error occurred during the minting process, it created a subtle but distinct doubling of the lettering and Lincoln's features. These rare specimens have sold for upwards of $50,000 in pristine condition. But that's just the beginning. Even more exceptional are the 1985 transitional error pennies, coins accidentally struck on leftover copper planchets from before the 1982 composition change. These rarities are so scarce that when one appears at auction, it can command prices exceeding $150,000. The last documented sale of a certified specimen made headlines when it fetched an astonishing $184,000. But here's where it gets really interesting. In late 1985, a small batch of pennies was struck with what collectors call the phantom date error. Under specific lighting and magnification, these pennies show a ghost-like second date appearing below the primary 1985 marking. Only 12 confirmed examples exist, making them among the most valuable modern U.S. coins. One recently sold privately for a reported $375,000. The value doesn't stop with errors. Even regular 1985 pennies in absolutely pristine, untouched condition, what collectors call mint state 67 or higher, can sell for thousands of dollars. These coins exhibit perfect luster, no contact marks, and complete original red coloring. Finding one in this condition is like discovering a time capsule, perfectly preserved for nearly 4 decades. Speaking of preservation, let me share a secret that most collectors don't know. The 1985 penny's zinc core makes it particularly susceptible to deterioration if exposed to certain environmental conditions. This means that well-preserved specimens are becoming increasingly rare with each passing year. Experts predict this will only drive prices higher in the coming decades, but perhaps the most intriguing aspect of the 1985 penny is its historical context. This was the era of economic prosperity, technological innovation, and cultural transformation. The penny witnessed the rise of personal computers, the space shuttle program, and the beginning of the digital age. Each coin is a tiny time capsule of this pivotal moment in American history. The San Francisco Mint also produced a limited number of proof pennies in 1985, specifically for collectors. These specially struck coins feature mirror-like surfaces and frosted designs. While all proof coins are valuable, some 1985 proofs contain unique characteristics that make them especially desirable. The cameo and deep cameo varieties, showing exceptional contrast between the fields and devices, can sell for premium prices. Here's something that might shock you: there are reports of extremely rare 1985 pennies struck on experimental planchets. During this period, the mint was secretly testing alternative materials for future coinage. A handful of these test strikes allegedly escaped destruction and entered circulation. If confirmed authentic, these coins could be worth millions. They're the holy grail of modern American numismatics. Now, you might be wondering how to identify if you have one of these valuable specimens. First, check the date. Obvious, right? But then look carefully at the lettering, especially around Liberty and In God We Trust. Any doubling or irregularities could indicate a valuable error. Examine the coin's weight too. If it's heavier than normal, you might have one of those rare copper transitional pieces. The mint mark, or lack thereof, is another crucial factor. Philadelphia minted coins have no mint mark, while Denver coins show a small D beneath the date. But here's the twist: some 1985 pennies show very weak or partially struck mint marks, creating yet another collectible variety. These missing mint mark variants can command impressive premiums. Let's talk about preservation. If you think you have a valuable 1985 penny, handle it only by the edges. Never clean it. This is crucial. Cleaning can destroy a coin's value faster than any other factor. Store it in a proper holder, away from extreme temperatures and humidity. And most importantly, have it professionally authenticated before making any decisions about selling. The market for these coins continues to strengthen. As more collectors recognize the historical significance and rarity of certain 1985 penny varieties, demand consistently outpaces supply. Recent auction results show steady price increases across all categories, with exceptional specimens setting new records almost yearly. What makes this all so exciting is that these valuable pennies are still out there. Every day, new discoveries are made as people examine their change more carefully. That penny in your pocket, the one you might use to scratch off a lottery ticket, could be worth more than the jackpot itself. Remember, numismatics isn't just about money, it's about preserving history, understanding craftsmanship, and appreciating the artistry of American coinage. The 1985 penny represents a unique confluence of historical significance, rarity, and potential value. Whether you're a serious collector or just someone who enjoys the thrill of the hunt, these coins offer something truly special. So the next time you receive change, take a moment to check those pennies. Look for the date 1985, and examine it carefully. You might just be holding a numismatic treasure worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. After all, that's the magic of coin collecting. You never know when you might make the next great discovery.